Tonight's bouts are sanctioned by the Council of Amateur Sport Kickboxing. CASC is government-approved association for amateur MMA and kickboxing. Tonight's officials are Amanda Domichetti, Jim Marino, Roger Lamyon, Steve Kwan, and Blaine Bonofoco. Our medical team at ringside are Dr. Hal Berman, Dr. Omar Chowdhury, and Gus Candelias. The title bouts are sanctioned by the World Association of Kickboxing Organizations, also known as WACM. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, from Ajax, Ontario, please welcome to the ring, Joridn Henwood.
Joridn Henwood making his way to the ring. First up, this is a light heavyweight contest. K1 rules.
Well, fans of Fight Network are familiar with K1. We've shown a ton of K1 throughout history here at the Fight Network, and it's an exciting rule set.
And Robin, what's interesting about kickboxing is that there's so many different styles of kickboxing. Obviously the pure Muay Thai, which we're seeing Henwood sporting those shorts. So what type of attack will he have? Well, we will certainly find that out soon enough.
And from Peterborough, Ontario, please welcome to the ring, Jeff Brown.
Heard a lot of good things about this young man already. And you know, it's tough to be the first fighter or the first two fighters on an event. You've got to come out here, you've got to really set the pace. You've got a great crowd of people here fighting for a great cause. Look at the size of this kid, look at the height advantage.
Looks like he will have the height advantage, and his opponent, Henwood, will have the size and power advantage. We'll send it up to Norman James for the particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be a 3-round K1 match in the light heavyweight division. In the K1 discipline, punches and kicks are allowed to the head, body, and legs. Knee strikes are allowed to the body or legs. Clinches are permitted. Fighting out of the red corner, this young man is a winner of the K1 Provincial Championships in 2010. Here he is, Joridn Henwood. And fighting out of the red corner, an Eastern Canada K1 title winner in the 81K class. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Jeff Brown.
Heavy handprints on this young man. His coach really roughed him up.
That's it. Got to get him awake and ready to do battle. 2 minutes is scheduled for 3 rounds. Jeff Brown in the white head protection. Joridn Henwood in the blue head protection.
Those red marks. Jeff's coach, you know, you really don't want that first big shot that you're going to take to be in the center of the ring. You get a couple slaps in, so you see some fighters hit themselves in the face, some will really warm it up with the coach in the back. And Jeff Brown likes getting hit. Both guys in great shape.
Round number 1 about to get underway. Bell sounds, and here we go. And it is Brown trying to control the center of the ring early. Will he use that length to his advantage? Try to score from the outside.
Henwood fighting from the southpaw stance. He's going to have that straight left hand and that left kick available to the body. But conversely, Brown's going to be able to drill that right punch direct down and that right kick right inside.
And Brown, when you look at his physique, really built like a kickboxer.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, wow, nice head kick. Just testing it here. You know, in the future, there's a lot of theories from educated combat sports people that all fighters will start to look that way. You know, you watch the Olympics, all the gymnasts look a certain way. They have certain body attributes. You look at volleyball players, any swimmers, anything. One day, kickboxers will all be long and lean.
Nice thunderous kick to the midsection by Henwood. But Brown in control. Nice jumping attack by Henwood. Brown not phased in the least, continues to move forward. Left hook just missed the mark, looking for that takedown and scores with 45 seconds remaining in the opening frame.
Yeah, beautiful Muay Thai technique in tight. It's a nice matchup. Both guys showing a lot of skills. First fight of the night. We're in some good fights.
Henwood just trying to use this first round as a feeling out process, trying to figure out the timing of Brown, trying to find a way to get on the inside.
See the welts already on the outside of Brown's leg right there. These shots, every one of these shots, nice. Nice low kick and a nice answer.
Beautiful counter, left hook by Henwood.
Henwood might be a little more explosive, but Brown is very slick with the skills.
When we come back to Showdown in the downtown, it is round 2 from our opening matchup. You are watching Fight Network. Welcome back to Showdown in the downtown. We are at the London Convention Center in London, Ontario. John Ramdeen and Robin Black, your broadcast team. We start things off with a bang. As a K1 rules matchup hits Joridn Henwood against Jeff Brown, United States versus Canada. And Robin, I think in that first round, Brown had the better exchanges, scored from the outside, and I think Joridn Henwood just trying to get his range, figure out a strategy going into the second of 3 rounds.
There's enough to deal with in every fight, every matchup with another human being, but when a guy has reach advantage, there's some particular things that you're going to have to deal with. The biggest one being that at certain ranges, he can hit you and you cannot hit him.
Jumping knee attempt by Brown. And this is what we've seen from Jeff Brown in the first round, scoring from the outside, attacking the lead leg of Henwood.
Nice kick and punch combination. You know, Henwood moves very, very nicely. He's in great shape, obviously. He's got explosive movements. Seems very well trained here. This is a really good matchup. If this is any indication of what we're looking at tonight, some great fighters on this.
I agreed, and I think that Henwood definitely, or seems to, have the power advantage. And if he can land one of those left hooks, it could pay dividends.
Yeah, look at his body. I guess his body just marks up real easy because he was bright red before he even came out here, but his legs have taken some hard kicks. Both men have.
You talk about the type of shape that they're in, indicative of Thai boxers or kickboxers in general, real sleek looking athletes.
Yeah, Brown looks like your prototypical, Muay Thai fighter. And you're a coach, you see a young guy like this come in with this build and a love of the sport, and you can really start to direct him to move in ways that other fighters can't do.
Some solid action here. The London Convention Center. All in support of a good cause, including the Kidney Clinical Research Unit.
And such a really cool thing that Showdown in the downtown, you could bring in any kind of entertainment here to entertain at this black tie event. Look at this beautiful action. You could bring in a singer, you could bring in a comedian, you could bring in anything. But they bring in these combat sports athletes and put on this great show.
Well, the combat sports community growing exponentially every single day, every single year. It just gets bigger and bigger. People not only just like to watch it, but they like to get involved. And when you get involved, I think the passion builds.
Yeah, 100%. There's going to be a lot of people in this room eating delicious steaks, donating money to clinical research, to kidney clinical research, who are really seeing combat sports for the first time. And this really does a lot for the industry and the sport.
Henwood getting some instruction going into this third and final round.
Both fighters are really technically good fighters. So far for Henwood, the challenge has been just exactly what you'd think with Brown. I mean, he's clearly nice, moving, explosive athlete, but that range has been using so well. It's hard to reach that head.
For their generous contribution of $100,000 to our charity. Astellas Canada has made tremendous contributions to the Matthew Mailing Center, the London Health Sciences Center.
And Robin, all it takes is a perfectly placed punch to the chin of Brown by Henwood, and this fight definitely could change. Because right now it seems like it has been Brown who has controlled the first 2 rounds as we go into our third and final frame.
And for Henwood to do that, to land that big punch on the chin, he's got to get past that range. That left hook, inside low kick. See, now he's trying to get in there. He senses that he's got to get deeper. That's nice.
Henwood in the blue gloves, Brown in the red. And a nice attack by Henwood.
These are some high-level athletes. For still amateur athletes, these two guys, man, they both have skills.
They spend some time in the gym.
Sure. I was mentioning, that they bring in combat sports here to raise money for kidney research. A lot of that comes from Dr. Raymond. He's a combat sports enthusiast, and in fact, he's going to be in a kickboxing match tonight himself. He'll be fighting in the very next fight.
All the respect in the world to anybody who decides to step inside of the cage or the ring.
Yeah, and a little extra when you're...
When you don't need to.
Well, you don't need to, it's for sure. And you're involved deeply in not only your regular job, but in putting this event together and raising all this money. And they have raised millions of dollars over the last few years for Showdown in the Downtown has. And it's just a really beautiful thing to see money raised for a good cause and some guys and girls in some great kickboxing and mixed martial arts.
Nice takedown by Joridn Henwood.
Yeah, good counter. It was Brown who initiated the trip takedown, and Henwood countered nicely. Brown down.
And it looks like Henwood's really starting to feel his groove right now, starting to get confident, starting to get comfortable with the movements of Jeff Brown.
Yeah, the third round is by far his best round so far. And, toughness, physical fitness, athleticism, that all helped him have the third round be his best.
And it sounded like somebody outside of the ring yelled, "Beautiful fight," and I have to concur. Both of these guys left it all inside of the ring and gave fans here at the London Convention Center a beautiful show of martial arts technique.
Yeah, very nice performance by both guys. Man, these guys, young, athletic, well-coached, with good collection of skills. It's going to be interesting to watch these guys for a few years.
The kickboxing is growing all around the world. In Europe, it is a massive event. Regularly draws 15,000, 20,000 spectators to some of the events, and maybe we can see some of these guys make the transition into professional kickboxing if they so desire to do so.
No question. And isn't that scary, John? And we call a lot of fights, and we've had the good fortune to do that for a few years now. Young guys that, are still in the amateur ranks and developing as young pros, they have better skills now than guys, 10 professional fights did a few years ago. Like, look at these two. They really look like great young athletes.
They look like professionals. Once they took that headgear off, we could have been watching a K1 level fight.
Yeah. Very.
For more information on amateur kickboxing and MMA in Canada, please go to kickboxingcanada.org. For information on Waco in the U.S., please contact USA Waco at ymail.com. Robin, you have to imagine the decision will go to Jeff Brown, but anything can happen in the fight game.
The judges have ruled this fight a majority draw. Your winner out of the red corner, Jeff Brown.
No surprises there. Jeff Brown gets the unanimous decision victory.